My name is Ekuegan, and in today's video I'm going to go over what I was running this week as people ask what was my loadout and why I was running my loadout. All right, so this loadout, I'm going to call it basically Stasis Warlock 2.0, and it's also going to excel very well in the season of the grenade launcher. I call it season of the grenade launcher. I know the name is different. Season of the grenade launcher. Why do I call it that? Because if we look at the artifact here, we have unstoppable grenade launcher, we got breach and clear, and it just, you know, is very, very strong. So normally my old setup was like stasis, turrets, Verity brow, and some of that got changed up a little bit. All right, normally you can use Eye of Another World if you're not using your energy weapon, but here we are going to be using our energy weapon a lot, especially since I'm using Deafening Whisper, which is the grenade launcher from I think 2 seasons ago. If you own the previous season and you have this legacy CRYPTOLITH lure, every time you get this completed, you have a chance to get the grenade launcher. So the role for this gun that I want to get, these last 2 slots, I wanted to get Ambitious Assassin and Wellspring. I haven't gotten that role yet. The next best thing is left from gold, because when you pick up heavy, you also have special ammo. Why do I like this wave frame? The wave frame allows me to not only get rid of one ad, but it's whatever is lined up in that same area will take the same amount of damage. One neat thing about the Deafening Whisper is that it's void, so you can stack this together with Warmind Decree. All right, what does Warmind Decree do? Void splash damage. Final blows have a chance to create Warmind cells, and it seems like it's been consistent between 3 to 4 minor kills. And another neat thing about Warmind Decree is you compare that together with Hammer of the Warmind. With Hammer of the Warmind, whenever you make a Warmind cell and you destroy it, it basically stops overload and unstoppable champions. So now you have 2 things that you can work with. Deafening Whisper killing multiple targets. It is easier to proc the death throw perk, which is from the Verity brow. All right, when you have death throw and you throw a grenade, nearby allies gain greatly increased grenade regen for a short time, and not only that, but your grenade gets a buff up to 50%. So that's another thing that you can use here. So what I'm doing here is I'm creating Warmind cells, I'm clearing wave of ads, I'm also able to run unstoppable grenade launcher or overload if I wanted to. And then breach and clear is another thing that you get to put together. So now, on top of things being frozen and being just shredded around, another thing is I'm going to be running cellular suppression. Cellular suppression, damage to the Warmind cell creates a burst of suppressing for energy. Additionally, you deal less damage to Warmind cells. So not only do I get to freeze things more, I also get to blind them. And then if I shoot the Warmind cell out, they all die. So now this is like a bunch of stuff into one setup here. All right, I still am able to fit in protective light and taking charge. So you can see here that I have global reach and cellular suppression together, and then I have protective light and Warmind Decree. All right, so there's 5 slots that you're going to be covering. And if you need to, I'm gonna go through my setup so you can kind of see what I'm using here. So my helmet, I have Ashes to Acid, gain bonus super energy on grenade kills. I'm using cellular suppression on my helmet. On my gloves, I'm running barrier, unstoppable, and protective light. Now let's say I had Hammer of the Warmind unlocked, I probably won't even run this. I could just switch this out to Hammer of the Warmind. On my chest piece, most situations I like to have a certain burn, so if there's like arc in there, I want arc, and then concussive. So right now it's solar and concussive. Taking charge, meaning if I pick up an orb of power, I get charged with light, and that's going to go well together with protective light. On my boots, I'm running Warmind Decree, and like I said, you get to create a Warmind cell with voice splash final blows, which is what the Deafening Whisper is going to do for you. Grenade launcher scavenger innovation, reduce grenade cooldown every time you pick up an orb of power. Remember, this Deafening Whisper is going to be killing multiple things, and if it's masterwork, it's going to drop you an orb. You pick up that orb, you get grenade energy back. And then the class item, I have breach and clear and global reach. Global reach basically doubles the radius for my Warmind cells. Right now, let's go into my Shadebinder setup. I still have on the Ice Flare bolts, right? Shattering the frozen target seeker that tracks and frees another nearby target. And then the Bleak Watcher, which makes my turret freeze things. Now you don't have to go ice flare bolts. What you can also do is go with the Glacial Harvest. Freezing targets create stasis shards around the frozen target. Higher tier combatants create more shards. So now hear me out here. If you put this and this together, one of the best things that you can do here is put on Whisper Conductions. What does it do? Nearby stasis shards track to your position. Not only does it do that, but it also gives you +10 resilience and +10 intellect. So now you have your turret freezing things, and then those frozen things make shards around the frozen target, and the higher tiers make more shards, and then you have the stasis shards come back to you. All right. The next thing after that is Whisper Torment. If you gain grenade energy each time you take damage. Remember, this whole build is about grenade energy the whole time. Having your turret out, being able to freeze things, being able to make Warmind cells, and just suppress things. So now, whenever you take damage, especially if you're using this to end game, because I'm going to use this build for inside tournaments, especially that boss room. Every time you take damage, your grenade energy also comes back. On top of that, kinetic weapons do increase damage to stasis crystals and frozen targets. Here's the cool thing about my current kinetic. I'm running a 7 Seraph Carbine, right? It has 4.4 times the charm on it. Another cool thing about this is this gun also makes Warmind cells. So now I have multiple ways to make Warmind cells. On top of it making Warmind cells, one thing to pay attention to, I normally tweet out about what the gunsmith has, and this week right now he has a carbine that has auto-loading and Vorpal on it with high cal. If you don't have that yet, you get the chance to, you watch the video before this week is up, make sure you go grab it. All right, so now let's go back into my Shadebinder setup. The last thing is, while I'm near frozen targets or friendly stasis crystal, I take reduced damage. Hear me out here. Not only does this give me recovery, but I also have something that's going to be bringing shards to me, to my position. So this is going to be a good thing. Why do I want to reduce damage? I want to reduce damage because when I take damage, right, I get energy back. So I do want to take damage, but this also reduces the damage. And then if I run protective light, that basically keeps me from dying. So this whole setup is made for you to get as much as you can get out of it. I still run cold snap grenades because it freezes on impact and then sends another seeker to find and freeze another target. All right, so this is the setup that I have set up for inside tournaments and certain GMs that I feel like I need to lock stuff down with. All right, I also make sure that my grenade is over 100, my recovery is at 88, and my resilience is usually up. I like to have my resilience around 70. Why do I want my resilience around 70? I have a whole entire resilience video if you need to watch it to see what that's about. I'm not running any resilience mod because I know a lot of people like to ask about stuff like that. I am not. All right, I'm not even running any discipline mods. These are just what I went after. Okay, now if you don't believe what I'm talking about, I think there should be a few ads that come out of here that I can kind of go through. Look at this guy. All right, let's see. I drop a turret. Wave frame goes out. There goes my Warmind cell, like I said. Right? These guys are blind, and boom, they're out of the way. So this build is made for you to not only add clear, but you also get to put out a crap ton of damage. I already have my turret back, which means that I have 2 turrets up. And I'm already at, like, I would say 1/3 of my grenade back. So this is something that you can do, just keep stacking up. Look, I have it back, and depth throws is already at 5. So add clear shouldn't be an issue. And another reason why I want a Vicious Assassin on my weapon is because if I am in a GM, the red bars are going to take more than 1 shot from my Deafening Whisper to die. They're probably going to need 2. But being able to hold ground, especially in activity where things almost one-shot you, is going to be a great benefit. So as you can see here, it's so simple. And I keep talking about this too, but Warmind cells are coming out, and boom, there goes the room. So you guys asked what I was trying to make. This is what I was making. And I think this is going to be very fun for this season. If you have any questions, I'm live on twitch.tv/Ekuegan almost every day. And besides that, I have another setup for the Hunter as well that I think is going to be pretty fun this season. And I think it's pretty neat what Bungie put on the artifact. I know that we don't have sniper barrier anymore, but shit happens. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys on the next video. Also, if you like what you see, please make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. And the best thing to do is word of mouth by sharing the channel with your friends, your clanmates. You know, just put your boy on. All right. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you on the next video.